Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or depending on what time you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Today, or technically this evening, I am on my way to the Walden Galleria, not for a screening of a movie, but actually for a screening of a television show. So yes, I am on my way to the Regal Cinemas Walden Galleria for a screening of The Boys, the Amazon TV show, finale in 4DX. I actually remember going to a screening of The Walking Dead season 8 finale like back in the day. I think it was like 2018. So I guess you could say they kind of started this thing, and then Netflix did it with Stranger Things for their finale, which was a big event. And it seems like these other kind of higher profile TV shows are getting into it. So The Boys is doing their finale in 4DX of all things. That's kind of an interesting thing. And I'll be honest, I am not the biggest 4DX fan. For people that don't know what 4DX is, just to give kind of a brief description, it's basically four-dimensional screen. So you have not only sight and sound, as if you're going to see a normal movie, but you also have motion, you have scents, and I think some of them do like the water spraying. I've only ever tried to do 4DX once for a movie called The Meg 2, for people that remember that one. And I didn't get pretty far into the movie before I ended up leaving. Now, to be fair for that, I didn't leave because of the experience as far as the 4DX part. I left because of the people were just being very annoying around me. They just obviously I feel like when people go to see a movie in 4DX, I feel like there's a good portion of them are just there for the experience and not for the actual movie, which for a movie like The Meg 2, that's fair. But I'm not really sure how it's going to go tonight. Hopefully it's not too distracting to what's going on in this finale. Obviously, that's the most important thing. Like, how are they going to wrap this up? I was kind of a latecomer to The Boys. I think the first 3 seasons had already come out before I'd even seen the show. But there's so many people that were giving it good word of mouth that finally I was like, you know what? Let me watch this thing. I think I binged those first 3 seasons in like a week. I was working at a movie theater at the time, so I actually watched a bunch of the episodes on the big screen too, so that was cool. And then I became a fan of the show. Season 4 came out, watched that, and now here we are, season 5, the finale. And so I'm excited. I'm going to keep my expectations low, only because for the show itself, I'll be honest, I really don't know how they're going to wrap this up in I think a little bit over an hour episode. It really feels like they're going to either try to cram a lot of stuff in here, or there's just some things that I feel like aren't going to get resolved. I don't know. I had, reservations going into the Stranger Things finale, and that was like a 2-hour plus finale. This is not even that, so yeah. But I'll give a little bit of a recap after the episode and after everything is over, for anybody that's interested. But I'm on my way to the mall. So sit back, relax, and we'll be there shortly. So I just got here to the mall, just parked, and noticed that they are setting up some sort of show, some sort of paranormal, like Cirque du Soleil kind of thing going on here, so it's kind of interesting. They are still rocking this Toys R Us that popped up during Christmas time, and they're still hanging out all the way in May. That's pretty cool. Toys R Us is still here. There's the movie theater up there, so I'm not going to head there just yet because I'm pretty early. I'm actually going to get something to eat first, so I'm going to head to the food court down here. But yeah, this is the Walden Galleria Mall. If you ever find yourself in the Western New York area, come and check it out. I think this is the only theater, this Regal here, that does 40X in the area. So I don't think there's any other 40Xs in Buffalo. I think this Regal is the only one that has it. Here is the food court. Hopefully some places are still open. I was probably just going to get something simple. Looks like there's maybe still a couple places still open. So let's see what I can get. All right, looks like I may have misjudged the timing of all this because pretty much everything in the food court is closed. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock. I didn't know what time they close, honestly. The movie or the TV show or whatever, the screening, doesn't start until 9:30, so I'm definitely here real early because the plan was to get something to eat, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen now. So I may have to pivot and try to figure out something else. There are other restaurants in the mall, but oh, there's Five Guys. Maybe I'll do Five Guys. Let's see. Let me see what I can figure out here. All right. Five Guys apparently is open till 10 p.m., so I think I'm solid. I'm going to go head over to Five Guys, which actually is right by the theater anyways, so I think that'll be the go-to for tonight. Can't go wrong with burger and fries. FYE, man, these guys used to be my go-to spot for DVDs and Blu-rays. There actually was FYE right by the other Regal that I go to a lot, which is now a Hobby Lobby, which they were in that location around like 2008. That just goes to show just the decline of physical media, where a building as big as what Hobby Lobby can currently fit was formerly an FYE. The place was huge and they had so much stuff in there, but sadly they are now just pretty much in malls only in their little locations, and even more unfortunately, they really don't even sell DVDs and Blu-rays. I think they keep like one small little bin or cart full of them, and that's pretty much it. If you ever want to see a funny video, check out the interview that John Cho and Carl Urban did when they were promoting one of the Star Trek movies. The girl talks about Five Guys, and they get a little confused as to what she means.
Oh!
No, not Five Guys!
It's pretty funny. Check it out. So another reason I like to get here a little early, especially at this theater, is because they have these guys. And I'm the kind of guy that's willing to pay $5 to get a little massage, so what the heck? If I'm going to be sitting in a chair for an hour that's going to be moving around, I might as well get a little relaxed beforehand. And even the Regals are starting to get in on the recliner chairs now. Must be a lucrative business. Anyways, this is the lobby for the Regal Walden Galleria. Got their arcade games, got their snacks. I'm still about half an hour early. I'm going to see if I can actually head into the theater and look around for a bit. So this specific Regal has RPX, which is kind of like their version of Dolby. And then they have the 40X, so those are kind of their premium screens. But it's a 16-screen theater. It's actually a really nice theater. This is kind of a newer Regal, I would say. They have their recliner seats, and what's nice is they have the barriers in between the rows, so you can't see the people in front of you or behind you. Doomsday. Here it is, 4DX, The Boys, 9:30. Let's pop in real quick just to take a look at the theater. I wanted to show these seats just a little bit more in depth so you can see they do like rows of 4. You got like your little pedestal you can put your feet on. I think this is like your water and your wind effects, and then you actually have the option to turn the water effects on and off if you wanted to. So if you want to turn it on or off, as I hear rain outside. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues with the screening. Oh. And this is it. This is the 4DX theater. I think it fits a little bit over 100 people. So it's kind of hard to see because of the lights, but these are the fans right here as part of the effect that they do. So you can see that they got all the fans ready to go to blow you away. Alright, so I just got my snacks. I got my medium popcorn, medium drink, and a candy. Came out to $29 and some change, so my $30 concession voucher covered it. If I were to get anything a little bit bigger, then I would have had to pay a little bit out of pocket, so $30 concession voucher at Regal will get you a medium popcorn, medium drink, and a candy. But just make sure if you have that concession voucher, you have to use it that day. You can't use it like the next day. You can't save it. It's like a one-time use thing. So just make sure you use it because you technically paid for all of it. Here we go.
This is your shot at redemption. Welcome to
Alright, so I just got out of the 4DX screening of The Boys series finale. So I'll give a little quick review. First off, if you've not seen the series finale yet, spoilers ahead, but just a quick little review. I actually really enjoyed it. You know, I knew it was going to be fast-paced because it was only an hour and they were going to have to wrap stuff up pretty quickly, which they kind of did. The episode starts a little slow. There's a lot of just kind of people sitting around talking, some exposition going on. So I thought it started off a little slow, but it definitely hits a certain stride at a certain point, and then it kind of just goes fully into it. But I enjoyed it. The 40X aspect doesn't really play too much into the experience. Like, sure, you know, when there's a fight scene, you'll be moving around a little bit, but I'd say it's not too impactful. Maybe the most impactful thing is a certain character's death by gunshot. Actually, the light effect, there's like a little light effect that went off before it happened that kind of gave something away, that something like that was happening. But overall, they wrapped it up. It's over. Well, until the spin-off Vought Rising comes out, which I have a little bit of a theory that show is eventually going to pick up post-Boy storyline, even though it is a prequel. But the last we saw of Soldier Boy, he's basically back on ice or back in his little sleep chamber thing, which that's kind of was disappointing for me, is that he wasn't in the finale. But obviously we will see him again, but I have a feeling that we have to, I think Vought Rising will show what happens to him after the fact. But I think overall I was into it, man. The crowd was good. People were into it. People were clapping. It was a good environment. It was fun watching something like this with a group of people, full theater, and got a good reaction. So yeah, I'd say overall, you know, it's not the best series finale of all time. It's definitely not the worst. I think it'll probably get mixed reactions online. I'm going to go for the more positive route and say that I did enjoy it overall, even though I kept my expectations low. But anyways, yeah, this was a lot of fun. I actually, just to give a little quick talk a little bit about 40X, seeing as this is my first full experience with it. I actually enjoyed it pretty well, even though it's, you know, it doesn't do it that often, and honestly, I kind of forgot about it at certain points, but, you know, it was fun. Would I do it again? Maybe, but it's definitely not something that really gets you into the movie. It's more of a gimmick thing, I still think, overall, but I will say I did enjoy it for something like this, so, but that's all I got. Overall, had a fun time. Got me a lot of soda left. This is a medium. Thing looks like it could be used for a family of 4, and it's raining right now, so great, I get to drive home in the rain. But The Boys. Check it out if you've never seen it. It's a really fun show. If you do watch it and you just watch the finale, let me know what you think. But yeah, that's all I got for this cinematic experience. So I'm about to head home. All right. I also still got a whole bag of Sour Patch Watermelon Kids that I didn't even get to. So I'll save those for another time. All right. Now take it away, Spider-Man.
See you, chump.